Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. Remember, I have 22 witnesses on record. That's 22 witnesses on record. Not to mention people in the comments that have agreed with me. Some of these people, former law enforcement. Some of these people, current law enforcement, I imagine. Psychologists. Okay, people with training in psychology. This is really unnecessary, because my story is very sound and logical. But again, 22 witnesses makes it clear. Remember, I also have a college degree. And while I was in college, people were accusing me of being crazy too. How do I graduate college and make videos and research for my videos at the same time and then be accused of being crazy? I was doing research in college and I was presenting that research and people were like, good job. And getting good grades. And then, you see what I'm saying? I'm doing the research here and I'm presenting it and it's sound. So let's look at the most controversial claim that I make, which is the Christ claim, the Christos. Write this down so you never forget. The core claim that I make is that Christ is an idea that's superimposed on me. So for example, if Harry Potter picks up a Toys R Us sword, a sword from the toy store, and acts like he's the top martial artist, and everyone agrees with him, a bunch of racist, whites, Jews, and LGBT, and token minorities trying to look for social, economic, and political advancement, clap their hands, standing ovation, and they agree with him. Does that make him Christ or the top martial artist? No, it doesn't. When the son of two doctors, one a brain surgeon receiving all kinds of top doctor awards, okay, trains martial arts for years, has a trophy in 1997, and he says that the Bible has superimposed the idea of the top martial artist on me. Is that a sign of delusion? No. How much more when he makes a challenge that is 9 years and counting by the year, where he offers up to $10 million if he's compensated, $60,000 if he's not, he paid nothing if he loses, and he's defeated different challengers over the course of this, mind you. Okay, some of them with quite an extensive amount of martial art training. Okay? It is clear that I'm right. Now let's look at the scriptures. We have Psalm 24 that makes it clear that the Lord is a warrior who's mighty in battle. Obviously martial battle. Not some geek with a gun, not some little kid with a gun, not some old fogey drone striking somebody, but in martial combat, hand to hand. David and Goliath, Samson, okay, Joshua, Moses killing the Egyptian, defending the Edomite women, Jonathan striking down the Philistines, close quarter combat. The type of combat described in the Bible. The Lord is called Almighty, says the most excellent of men in Psalm 45, the mighty warrior. Psalm 18, the Lord trains my hands for battle. Psalm 19, the bridegroom is the champion, rejoicing to run his course, who's symbolized by the sun. Nimrod, the offspring of Cush, of all black people, Nigerians are the bell that rings the loudest. Who would bring forth Nimrod if not Nigerians? Think Somalians, with all due respect? Ethiopians? No, Nigerians. Nigerians, the Nigerian genome, the warrior Nigerian genome begot Nimrod, brought forth Nimrod. And Nimrod was the first mighty warrior before the Lord, a mighty hunter. No one else is described that way in Genesis. No one is given the warrior respect that Nimrod is, who came from Ham through Cush to Nimrod. Exodus 15:3 says the Lord is a warrior, the Lord is his name. Exodus 3:14, I believe it says, I am that I am. It said, I am the top martial artist. Revelation 19, Jesus comes back waging war with justice and righteousness. Saying, it's called a sharp double-edged sword. Sword, transferable skills from sparring. Sword. There's no other way to look at it. The Bible said, look to Nimrod. Why? Because it says people don't pick figs from thistles. They pick figs from the fig tree. And before Abraham, I am, and Nimrod was a mighty warrior before the Lord. And there's rabbinical writings of racist people who didn't accept Jesus that argue that Nimrod was a bad guy. It's not in the Bible. It says he's a mighty warrior before the Lord, a mighty hunter before the Lord. There's no other way to look at it. Where did Moses learn martial arts? From Ham, through Mizraim, Egypt. Mizraim. He learned to be a man powerful in speech and action, is what it says in Acts. There's no other way to look at this, but it is delusional to pretend that I'm not Christ. There is an overwhelming amount of evidence, overwhelming, that I am the idea that Jesus is superimposed on. Right there in Psalm 89. It says God anointed a warrior, not a nerd, not a priest, not the Pope, a warrior. It says, who can proclaim the mighty acts of God? I believe in Psalm 106. Who can proclaim his mighty acts? Why not the mightiest warrior race? It says the kingdom of heaven will be taken away from you and given to a people who will perform its works. Who? The mightiest warriors. It will be given to the Christos, the last, the first and the last. I'm the last valid warrior of God. The evidence is overwhelming. Do you see negative symptoms from schizophrenia? Do I sit on my ass? I have thousands of videos since 2009. An overwhelming amount of evidence that have no negative symptoms. I just keep going to work, school, work, videos, school, work, videos, all day till I graduate college, then working videos. Overwhelming amount of evidence that there's no negative symptoms. Countless valid sources, 22 witnesses, which means no hallucinations. It means no disorganized thinking. It means they're witnessing the things that my organized thoughts have proven. So you don't have two or more of the symptoms. You don't have delusions. You don't have racing thoughts. You don't have negative symptoms. You don't have hallucinations. That's 4 out of 5. I don't have a single, when we look at this thing thoroughly, I don't have a single known symptom of schizophrenia. 22 witnesses to persecution means that you must default with this person is not mentally ill because the evidence proves that it is actually occurring. Thank you.